If this is not effective, we see people cutting holes in his wall, what he brags about is just wrong. We need to have policies that respect dignity, keep us safe and strong. I wanted to return back to this issue of black voters. I have a lifetime of experience with black voters. I've been one since I was 18. Nobody on this stage should need a focus group to hear from African-American voters. Black voters are pissed off and they're worried. They're pissed off because the only time our issues seem to be really paid attention to by politicians is when people are looking for their vote. And they're worried because the Democratic Party, we don't want to see people miss this opportunity and lose because we are nominating someone that isn't trusted, doesn't have authentic connection. And so that's what's on the ballot, and issues do matter. I have a lot of respect for the vice president. He has sworn me into my office as a hero. This week I hear him literally say that I don't think we should legalize marijuana. I thought you might have been high when you said it. and let me tell you, because marijuana in our country is already legal for privileged people. And it's the war on drugs has been a war on black and brown people. And so let me just say this. With more African Americans under criminal supervision in America than all the slaves since 1850, do not roll up into communities and not talk directly to issues that are going to relate to the liberation of children, because there are people in Congress right now that admit to smoking marijuana, while there are people, our kids are in jail right now for those drug crimes. And so these are the kind of issues that mean a lot to our community, and if we don't have somebody authentically, we lost the last election. Let me just give you this data example. We lost in Wisconsin because of a massive diminution, a lot of reasons, but there was a massive diminution in the African-American vote. We need to have someone that can inspire, as Kamala said, to inspire African-Americans to the polls at record numbers.
Thank you, Senator.
So look, actually watching it the second time, it was a pretty strong moment for Cory Booker. I'm being unfair to him. I just get frustrated at politicians who mention marijuana legalization as if it's like a bold move, when at this point it's really not. But what he had to say about criminal justice and how it disproportionately impacts communities of color is spot on. And it's important to hit back at Joe Biden on that issue, because his policies, the policies that he successfully pushed for and accomplished, have demonized and disproportionately imprisoned the black community.
He gave the context behind it the way I was mentioning earlier. Whenever you actually give an answer and you mean it, and you have some kind of principle behind it, you give a good answer, because it's not even concise. That went a while, but there was everything he said. He wasn't repeating himself just to say it again. Oh, that sounded nice. I'm not gonna say he's high again. He doesn't need to. He made that point and he moved on, and he told you why you're wrong. Not just, oh yeah, you know. He pointed out that you've got guys in Congress. I loved this part. He even started, I think we missed the beginning of it, when he said being able to be against drugs is a privilege thing, because all these people that are against it have done it.
That's so true. Obama admitting that he was, smoking pot when he was in college.
They all admitted to, because they're not going to jail.
Yeah, they're not. You know what? I think that it was a very passionate answer, and I think it was fully loaded with a lot of information and a lot of heart. But it also throws me back that I have to look at a person comprehensively. And so when you listen to him argue so passionately about that, and then earlier argue so passionately about not taxing billionaires, it's conflicting, right? Because this community is directly impacted by the wealth and the privilege of this community. So that's a very passionate answer, but it feels like a talking point to appeal to black people who are always getting pimped by black people in politics. Black and brown people, we continuously get pimped by people who look like us because they know what our Achilles is, they mention it, and then they get into office and they ignore it.
So let's go to Biden's response to Cory Booker. Let's see if he has a passionate defense of his previous policies.
Number one, I think we should decriminalize marijuana, period. And I think anyone who has a record should be let out of jail. Their record's expunged. It be completely zeroed out. But I do think it makes sense, based on data, that we should study what the long-term effects are for the use of marijuana. That's all it is. Number one, everybody gets out, record expunged. Secondly, I'm part of that Obama coalition. I come out of the black community in terms of my support. If you notice, I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus, the only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate, a whole range of people.
No,
my point is
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. First African-American. So my point is that one of the reasons I was picked to be vice president was because of my relationship, long-standing relationship with the black community. I was part of that coalition.
So, wow, John.
I forgot that we were gonna get to that part actually.
So, I mean, look, he was the Black Coalition. He came out of Obama's presidency. What?
You gotta remember who you're on the stage with, honestly. Like I defended him before, saying that his earlier answer wasn't as sort of like, bumble-brained as he can be. But you're standing, like she's 6 feet away from you and you don't remember that she exists. Like good on you for remembering Carol Moseley Braun, I guess. But you don't remember a woman who's right next to you that you swore in, just like you swore in Booker. That's crazy.
He corrected himself and said the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't need more slip-ups like this. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm being too
I'm poking it. No, it's the I got some black friends. I'm down with the cause. I rolled with Obama. The reason I was picked was so that I could be part of a presidency that at the end of the day did nothing for black people anyway. So it's just insulting at this point as a brown woman, Afro Latina. It's just insulting to hear that he was fighting for. He got passionate about being black adjacent.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was passion behind that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, all you need to do is examine how the policies he pushed further victimized the most powerless communities in this country.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. And he has no defense of that at all.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, Jayar. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.